Good morning to each and every one of you. Bienvenidos, Secretaria de Relaciones Exteriores de México, Claudia Ruiz Massieu, Embajador de México en Estados Unidos, Carlos Manuel Sada Solana. Voy a comenzar que nos sentimos muy honrados y que nos llena de orgullo y distinción el que estén hoy día con nosotros en el Capitolio Estatal del Estado de California. Hoy día marcamos el aniversario 154 de la Batalla de Puebla, en México. Una fiesta que se celebra a lo largo y ancho del territorio estadounidense en honor de la lucha de 1862, cuando las tropas mexicanas derrotaron al poderoso ejército francés. Hace 2 años, el presidente Peña Nieto hizo su primera visita oficial a los Estados Unidos, haciendo Sacramento su primera parada en territorio nacional. Hoy le damos la bienvenida a ustedes, Canciller Ruiz Massieu, continuando nuestros lazos de amistad y cooperación entre California y México. Es necesario que continuemos construyendo nuestra relación con México, enfocándonos en la política pública de uno y otro. El verano pasado, durante nuestra visita oficial a México, yo firmé una carta de cooperación con mi homólogo en el Senado de la República Mexicana, que nos compartimos entre nosotros, la República Mexicana, igual con el Estado de California, de ambos ramos legislativos para impulsar cooperación en temas de energías limpias y el medio ambiente, y además en el tema de integración de niños estadounidenses migrantes en la sociedad mexicana. Nuestras políticas públicas proactivas ayudan a mejorar la condición humana de nuestra comunidad inmigrante. Y quiero enfatizar y subrayar lo siguiente: no es el nosotros contra ellos, que algunos quieren insertar en el debate nacional polémico y polarizante, sino, permíteme enfatizar y subrayar, es una filosofía de ellos y nosotros, juntos, trabajando para buscar y rebasar los obstáculos y buscar las soluciones compartidas que se requiere hoy día, una política madurez. Nuestras historias, pueblos, geografía y economías están vinculadas. Hoy también estamos en pie de lucha aquí, pronunciándonos en contra de una retórica vil y repugnante, con una narrativa de xenofobia en contra de nuestra comunidad inmigrante. Estamos entrando en una fase muy peligrosa, pero rechazamos todos los miembros del Senado de la forma más que queda muy claro que aquí en California no construimos muros, los tumbamos. I want to share a few words in English, and then we'll have our Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Claudia Ruiz Massieu, share a few words. First, I want to welcome the Honorable Her Excellency Claudia Ruiz Massieu, the Mexican Secretary of Foreign Affairs, as well as the newly appointed Mexican Ambassador to the United States, Carlos Sada. We are honored to have them visit the state capital. Now, today marks the 154th anniversary of the Battle of Puebla, El 5 de Mayo, which is celebrated across this country. And perhaps we all know, perhaps not for all the right reasons. But nonetheless, we also are incredibly honored because it is a recognition of the courage and bravery of the Mexicans in la Batalla de Puebla against a very powerful French army back in 1862. Today, we also fight together here in the United States to take a stand against any type of hateful rhetoric that has overtaken our political discourse and targeted our immigrant community. In California, in the California State Senate, we have worked deliberately to eliminate discriminatory laws from our books and instead promote laws that are inclusive and to protect the civil rights of our residents. That is why we are pleased to have the Secretary as well as Ambassador here that reinforces the shared vision that we have for our immigrant community in California, but for all Mexicans as well as Californians. Now, 2 years ago, President Enrique Peña Nieto came to Sacramento as his first stop in his first official visit to the United States of America. And today, we welcome Secretary Ruiz Massieu and we reiterate our commitment to continue the strong and the very friendly cooperation that California and Mexico have enjoyed for many, many years. Now, last summer, during the Senate's official delegation trip to Mexico, I signed a letter of agreement, a memorandum of understanding with my counterpart in the Mexican Senate to commit our respective offices to work in partnership on the issues of clean energy and the environment, as well as the integration of American children who live in Mexico. All of these efforts help improve the human condition on both sides of the border. And let me emphasize and let me underscore, it's not a matter of us versus them, but rather it is us and them working together jointly to solve the many challenges that we face every single day. Our histories, our people, our geography, and our economies are intimately linked. And by recognizing and embracing these ties, we create lucrative opportunities for mutual prosperity.
Muchas gracias, Senador de León, por sus generosas y solidarias palabras. Thank you very much, Senator, for the honor of being here and for your words. Minutes ago, I had the honor of addressing the floor of the California State Senate. Yesterday, I met with Senator Kevin de León, followed by a very productive dialogue with a group of senators. In my meetings and my address to the Senate, I highlighted Mexico's recognition to California as a land of tolerance, prosperity, diversity, opportunity, and freedom, which has become a true model of cooperation in the broader context of Mexico's bilateral relationship with the United States. California is not the 8th largest economy in the world just by coincidence. This great state has embraced immigrants from every corner of the world and all walks of life, and with that, it has benefited enormously from their drive, talent, and creativity. 33% of business owners in this state are immigrants, who generate an annual revenue of $34.3 billion. More than 700 Mexican companies are established in California, and they employ over 13,000 local people. As I told the senators, if all undocumented workers suddenly disappeared, California would lose over $300 billion in economic activity, and unemployment would increase by more than 17%. Moreover, from the 6 million United States jobs that depend on trade with Mexico, 12% are located in California. Our bilateral trade is fundamental to the prosperity of the California-Baja California region. Mexico is the second largest trading partner for California. Trade between Mexico and California amounted to more than $65 billion in 2015. At the same time, our common border is an area of opportunity and prosperity. There are 8 points of entry between California and Baja California, and the Tijuana-San Isidro port of entry is the busiest in the world. Mexico and the United States share a border of over 3,000 kilometers. Every day, 1 million people and 370,000 vehicles travel in an orderly and lawful manner through the 58 border crossings between our countries. Cargo trucks carry almost 80% of the $1.4 billion in daily bilateral trade. Integrated chains of value have united North America as one economic market that not only trades finished goods, but shares in their production. Many products travel across the border several times to take advantage of each country's comparative advantages in manufacturing. Today, I also want to recognize the work that the state legislature has done in recent years to acknowledge and value the contributions of immigrant communities, whether Mexican, Chinese, or Armenian, to the prosperity of California and to create better conditions for their full and productive assimilation. I am talking about initiatives that this legislative body promoted and which became laws after Governor Brown enacted them. The California Dream Act of 2011, the Trust Act of 2013, or the AB 60 of 2014, all of them provide more opportunities to immigrants, such as access to college education for undocumented immigrants at affordable rates, the certainty that good, hardworking parents will not be separated from their children through deportation, or the many possibilities that for undocumented immigrants are opened when they have access to a driver's license. At the same time, I recognize the Senate for their ongoing efforts to pass legislation aimed at expanding the rights and services available to immigrants in areas such as education and healthcare. California is a bellwether state regarding immigration. It has enacted more laws than any other state in order to protect and facilitate the integration of immigrant communities. California plays a pivotal role in the national debate regarding immigration and the need for a comprehensive reform. These smart policies create the incentives for immigrants to thrive in this society. Currently, both chambers of the California State Legislature are chaired by sons and grandsons of Mexican immigrants, Mr. De León and Mr. Rendon. There is nothing more beneficial for any community than to open its doors for hardworking people. In the 21st century, the viability of the American dream will not depend on the audacity to construct walls, but on the capacity to build bridges. I feel honored to be Mexico's first foreign minister to visit the United States on a Cinco de Mayo, a date that has become quintessential of the pride Mexicans have of their roots, identity, and that also underlines their contributions to enrich this country. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Thank you very much. Gracias, Senador.
Thank you very much. We'll open up to, we have a couple questions we can take.
Cristina Londoño, Noticiero Nacional, Telemundo, Canciller. Ustedes han hablado, México se ha pronunciado contra la retórica de Donald Trump, también el senador. Él es ahora el virtual nominado republicano. ¿Cuál va a ser la postura de México frente a la elección interna de los Estados Unidos? Y segundo, ¿no es peligroso pronunciarse sobre la elección interna de otro país? ¿No tienen temor de que vaya de alguna manera a incendiar la retórica de Trump y vaya a generar una reacción contraria hacia México?
Gracias por tu pregunta. México no se pronuncia respecto de procesos internos y particularmente respecto de procesos electorales de otros países. Y el caso de Estados Unidos no es la excepción. Sin embargo, es nuestra responsabilidad y nuestra obligación levantar la voz para proteger a nuestra comunidad en Estados Unidos, para reivindicar la contribución de la comunidad mexicana al crecimiento económico y al desarrollo de Estados Unidos y informar no solo a nuestra comunidad respecto de sus derechos, sino al público norteamericano en general sobre la naturaleza de la relación bilateral, que como ya he expuesto, es una relación que genera prosperidad y desarrollo en Estados Unidos, y sobre la realidad de México como un socio estratégico para Estados Unidos.
Yes.
On the Trump note, sorry, what's your response to everything that's going on now that things are moving forward? How could, or is there a way Mexico could fund a wall? How could Mexico fund a wall?
We do not comment on specific proposals of candidates or pre-candidates of an internal electoral process of other country.
Okay, well, maybe I can ask another question. What is Mexico doing, and what do you think Mexico can do to help stop or combat illegal drugs coming into California? I know that you are speaking of really positive things, and yes, I acknowledge what the senator is doing. But a lot of folks want to hear about the illegal drugs coming into California as well.
We have a very productive relationship with California in terms not only of trade, but also in terms of cooperation regarding the common facing of common challenges. And one of them is certainly drug trafficking. We have a shared responsibility approach and will continue to have it. We will continue to promote cooperation and coordination and information sharing to better face these challenges. But we also understand that we have to work together on reducing the demand for illegal drugs, and that will in turn help us address the issue of production.
Let me take that question head on too, and hence the visit of the Secretary of Foreign Affairs as well as the Ambassador to the California State Senate. It's about collaboration, it's about cooperation. It's about engaging with our friends, our southern neighbor, because we have a shared geography, history, language, as well as a people. This is a complicated issue, as we know, and it's an issue that has been going on for many generations. So the question is, with regards to the traffic that originates in South America and other parts that makes its way up north, it's about collaboration and cooperation. It's about our consumption of drugs. It's about the traffic that's going both ways. It's about our responsibility as a nation as well, with regards to the traffic of high-powered assault weapons, ammunition, rifles, handguns that go from the north that are trafficked to the south. So how can we, as a state, a subnational, the great state of California, the seventh largest economy on planet Earth, as well as the Republic of Mexico, given our shared values, our shared history, our shared border, how can we better collaborate and cooperate? And hence the purpose and the objective of this meeting today, and many other meetings that will happen, not just here in California, in Washington, D.C., but as well as Mexico City. Hence my official trip to Mexico City as the president of the Senate last year, taking a delegation. It was on issues of shared mutual cooperation for prosperity. And that includes this issue, which is a difficult issue, but it's all across the gamut. Economic, cultural issues of drug trafficking, as well as arms trafficking going from the north into the south. So we're in it together.
Yo entrando con una emisión, usted mencionó en inglés qué tan importante son los inmigrantes de México para California. ¿Lo pueden repetir en español?
Sí, en California reside la mayor parte de la comunidad migrante mexicana en Estados Unidos, el 37% de migrantes mexicanos hacia Estados Unidos, que contribuyen a la economía de California y al desarrollo cultural en general de este estado. Tenemos compañías mexicanas que emplean a más de 13,000 personas en California y más de 700,000 empleos en California dependen de la relación bilateral. Somos en general el segundo socio comercial, California y México, y generamos anualmente un comercio de más de 65 billones de dólares. Esta es una relación que crea empleo, que crea prosperidad y que crea desarrollo en ambos lados de la frontera.
Sí, quiero, permíteme, por favor, quiero enfatizar sobre lo siguiente, lo que dijo nuestra canciller de la República Mexicana. Los mexicanos es el mayor número de población, o por lo menos aquellos de origen mexicano, en la séptima potencia mundial. Los latinos emigrantes han ayudado a generar las riquezas de este gran estado. Somos la séptima potencia mundial, aquellas personas que son los jornaleros, aquellos que son limpiacasas, aquellos que son cocineros, aquellos que cuidan recamareras, que cuidan los hijos en las zonas más exclusivas del estado de California. Y precisamente por esa razón, aquí en el estado de California hemos promovido una agenda proactiva en defensa de los más vulnerables y los más marginados aquí en el gran estado dorado del estado de California, porque reconocemos que los inmigrantes dan forma al estado de California y por eso hay que cooperar y hay que contrarrestar los estereotipos, la propaganda y la retórica repugnante y vil que algunos candidatos siguen fomentando para dividir este gran país.
Señor de León, familias migrantes que trabajan en los campos agrícolas de aquí de California y que también viven en México, he hablado con muchos de ellos y me dicen que ellos sencillamente no pueden creer o que quisieran ver una mejor comunicación entre los planteles de ambos lados de la frontera. Me dicen, nuestros hijos reciben una educación aquí, pero cuando se van a México es totalmente diferente. ¿Por qué no existe un tipo, no sé, un currículum o algo que pueda de alguna manera beneficiar a estos niños para que su educación no quede interrumpida cuando sus padres vienen a este lado de la frontera? ¿Qué podría crearse, qué podría desarrollarse para que exista esa comunicación?
Well, precisamente the question is what can we do with regards to U.S. citizen children who are now in Mexico?
Migrant children that are coming from Mexico.
Los que van y vienen, los que van y vienen, sí.
Exactamente, los que
Sí.
están
Entonces
se quedan aquí Los padres trabajan aquí, los
Sí,
estudiantes.
entiendo completamente. Bueno, precisamente estamos en eso para dialogar, para platicar sobre políticas públicas, para promover políticas que favorecen los niños, particularmente los niños de hijos, de padres trabajadores agrícolas, los que vienen a cosechar la alcachofa, cebolla, la manzana, etcétera, y por la temporada y luego se regresan a México. Queremos trabajar de cerca con la canciller, con el embajador y con el secretario de CEP en México, un currículo mutuo donde los niños no caigan pues el índice que es demasiado alto de deserción de niños de muy bajos ingresos de ambos lados de la frontera. Tenemos que trabajar de cerca y hacer un mejor trabajo. Precisamente se debe esta junta y la visita de la canciller y nosotros, su servidor, voy a liderar una comitiva a México el finales de este año en septiembre para tocar este tema. I think we will finish our press conference with that. I thank you very much and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.